NATO began to deploy its troops in Ukraine. Contrary to the statements of the NATO countries that the alliance units will not be deployed on the territory of Ukraine, it became known that Canada has deployed its special forces to Ukraine and, according to a number of sources, to the Donbass. The data on this subject is provided by the Global News Channel, noting that we are talking about a small group of military personnel, probably numbering several dozen people. Canadian Special Forces troops have been deployed to Ukraine amid rising tensions between the NATO military alliance and Russia. The deployment of a small contingent of the Canadian Special Operations Regiment came as diplomatic talks aimed at preventing armed conflict in Ukraine stalled, and about 100 Russian troops remain camped on the border with Ukraine. The presence of Canadian Special Forces is part of an attempt by NATO allies to contain Russian aggression in Ukraine and determine ways to help the Ukrainian government. The unit was also tasked with helping develop plans for the evacuation of Canadian diplomatic personnel in the event of a full-scale invasion, sources said, reports the TV channel Global News. For obvious reasons, Canada does not make any official statements on this matter. However, making public the deployment of Canadian troops to Ukraine will inevitably lead to retaliatory measures from Russia, including the deployment of Russian peacekeepers in the Donbass.